Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Double honors to the high priest elders that were before them. Peace and salutations to you sincere brothers out there pushing this word with all sincerity and in truth. It's a brother Tazamak from the Great Millstone branch of Austin, Texas. And today's lesson, it was inspired by, I was reading 2nd Ezra chapter 9, going into, measuring the time diligently in itself, the signs that we are seeing manifest. Okay, we understand that the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, is visiting the world which he made. He is pouring out judgment. Okay, and judgment starts, as stated in 1 Peter 4:17. It reads, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?" So judgment, okay, starts with the house of Israel. Okay, because the Lord said in Jeremiah chapter 3 that he is married unto us. Okay, so judgment begins with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, now let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 9, and let's read verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." And if you're watching current news, measuring the time, standing upon your tower, okay, you see that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is making his presence known. He's pouring out judgment, man. He's visiting the world which he made. Okay, so continue reading on verse 1. "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world." Okay, and we had just heard of the recent earthquake like 2 days ago, and over there in Russia, it was a 8.7, 8.8. Okay, so there's earthquakes right now throughout the four corners of the earth. But the most recent one took place in Russia. Okay, and tsunami warnings were out. Now it says that uproars of the people in the world. Right now, the people are mourning. The scriptures go into that when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Something to that extent. All right, the wicked is bearing rule right now, which the wicked goes into the seed of the wicked, which is the nation of Edom, according to the scriptures, okay? The self-proclaimed white man today. All right, there's uproars of the people because the wicked is in control. The people are mourning. Okay, the people are standing up. Uproars are being heard and seen right now through the stuff that's going on in the Middle East. Okay, the genocide that's being taking place over there between certain wars. All right. It says, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Okay, and this is going to the end of a rulership. Okay, we understand that the Esau is the end of the world. Okay, his rulership, his period of time, his time of age of ruling is coming to an end, is being manifest. Verse 6, "Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 13 real quick. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. So the scriptures go into Matthew 24 and verse 13. All right, throughout the midst of all this judgment that is going to be poured out, the elect is going to endure unto the end. You see, Matthew 24 and verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, so in order to receive that salvation, in order to be to receive salvation, you must endure unto the end, and that's enduring the trials and tribulation and so on. Okay, the scriptures go into Ezekiel 9 and 4, having a mark upon your forehead. Okay, which let's go to the Blue Letter Bible for that to bring forth edification of how the elect is going to escape, all these said perils and so on. Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So Jerusalem, we understand, is a people before it is a place. Okay, and set a mark upon the foreheads. Let's go into the mark, which goes into the Hebrew word, the wa. Okay, the outline of biblical usage, desire, mark, and it says mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. Okay, so you're going to need to have this mark, this tawa, if you want to be exempt from this judgment that must begin with the house of Israel, right? Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So through faith come the works, which it goes into, the elect or us storing up, hopeful elect, storing up our treasures up in heaven, by going out, being obedient to what the Lord said, going out to the highways and hedges and compelling them to come in, that the house of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, may be full. All right, verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So the elect is going to be preserved from the perilous times. Jacob's trouble, all right. 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, because 2nd Ezra 15 tells you, 2nd Ezra 15 and 1, behold, speak down the ears of my people, the nation of Israel, the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And then verse 5, let's jump down to verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, so in order to receive this salvation, we're going to have to, have that tawa to escape the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All these things are for the wicked. All right, let's go back to 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. You see, so there's going to be a lot of torments, a lot of death and destruction, a lot of judgment being poured out, which is why I brought Ezekiel 9:4, because you must have the tawah, the sign from exemption from judgment, in order to receive this salvation. You must have the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? You must know his true and holy name. The scriptures go into that. The elect shall praise his holy name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, now let's get verse 13, 2 Ezra 9:13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. So that's to show you that the ungodly, the 2/3 of our people that are going to get cut off and die, they're going to get their judgment. It's only a matter of time. But the scriptures say, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Okay, the scriptures go into the righteously scarcely being saved, something like that. All right, let's go back to Ezekiel 9 and verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which before the house. Okay, so the Lord is about to pour out mass judgment on old, young, maids, and little children. You must have the mark. So the death angels, or the judgment that's going to be poured out, not come upon thee. Okay, because as we stated in 2 Ezra 15 and verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, which brings me to this precept regarding the famine. And Isaiah 65 and verse 12, therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. And how did the Lord call? Through his prophets out in the highways and hedges. And ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes. You still decided to worship those false idols, continuing your wickedness, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, my servants shall eat. These is the servants of the Lord are his prophets. My servants shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for a joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You see, so the Lord's servants are going to be okay in the midst of all this trouble, in the midst of famine and great judgment. All right, the scriptures say, inquire how the righteous shall be saved, for who the world is and for whom the world is created. All right, but the main key is having this mark, the tawah, okay, sighing and crying unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of all the abominations that be done here in the midst of Babylon the Great. All right, but yeah, like I said, I just want to make a quick video regarding judgment, how it begins with the Lord's chosen people. And, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Double honors to the high priest elders that were before them. Peace and salutations to you sincere brothers out there pushing this word with all sincerity and in truth. Until the next one, shalom.